Welcome to Season 2 of Solopreneur Success Strategies. This is Jane Gardner, and we are going to be talking about home business startup. And we're going to be talking about starting, running, and growing your own home business, whether offline or on. Monday is all about mindset, of course. Tuesday is all about starting a home biz. Wednesday is about selling, sales, and your customer. Thursday is going to be about running your home biz, and Friday will be growing your home business. Saturday is all about putting systems in your business, and Sunday is all about strategy. So subscribe to this daily podcast to help you start, run, and grow your home biz. For more information, go to bo8hb.com. On today's Mindset Monday, we're going to talk about focus. Yes, focus. Do you focus? As anyone knows, there are many jobs to do as an entrepreneur. There's many tasks, there's many skills you need to learn. It's almost overwhelming the number of things that you need to do when you're an entrepreneur. So you have to learn how to focus. Because in any activity, it's important to build endurance. Endurance can be defined as the ability to focus on the task at hand and bring it successfully to conclusion. Some call it fortitude. Some call it strength or stamina. No matter what you call it, though, endurance is the ability to persevere and get the job done, no matter what. Usually when we speak of endurance, we're referring to physical activity, yet endurance is as important in the business world as anywhere else. In business circles, endurance usually takes the form of focus. Instead of physical prowess, it becomes the ability to concentrate successfully on a given task. Focus is a critical skill for any business owner, especially in today's fast-paced world, where success often means keeping several equally important balls in the air at one time. So how do you focus on multitasking a situation where, by its very definition, several things are happening at once? Well, the key to successful focus is attention. When several things are happening simultaneously, you need to concentrate on only one thing at a time. This doesn't mean that you bring one task to full completion before you start on another. Rather, you spend just enough time on a given task to make it to the next stage of development, and then you turn your attention to another task. In some sense, it's like being a mother duck with ducklings. You give your attention to the duckling that is furthest out of line, nudging it forward to where it should be before you turn your attention to the next little duck. Each duckling gets a measure of your focus, but none gets your full attention all the time. Otherwise, you would lose some of your ducklings. In this way, each task gets moved along in turn, and all are successfully completed in time. So, how do you do this? Well, that's the magic question. If you know the magic answer, then you should sell it, because it is quite difficult to be able to focus when you have several things you need to get done as an entrepreneur. So one thing that you would do, of course, would to make a plan for the next day. Ask yourself, and obviously tell yourself and write it down about what you want to complete the next day, or hopefully complete. Don't make it a situation where you feel you have to get it done tomorrow. And then give yourself deadlines, but not too close, because in the reality, everything takes longer than expected. You can also time chunk. You can decide to put 2 hours towards your bookkeeping, 2 hours towards your marketing, 2 hours towards your networking. Well, less than that for networking, because you have to physically go out and network. Let's say 2 hours towards your lead generation, and there's 6 hours there already, so that's one day. So you have to make sure that you have a reality check and realize that you can't get things done as quickly as you think you can, and not to overextend yourself. So, for example, in order to do this podcast, I don't have the freedom to do it every day. I could, I guess, do it in the evening when I'm tired. But what I try and do is have a podcasting Sunday and do at least 7 episodes so that I have my week's worth of podcasting done and dusted, and then I can upload it and schedule it, and it'll come out on its own into its RSS feed without me having to do anything during the week. And basically that's how I do my podcasting, because otherwise I wouldn't have time to do a podcast every day live. Same with video. So how are you going to move forward today? And how are you going to chunk your time into sections so that each day you have a certain time chunk that you do and that moves you forward? So you have to make a plan for the next day. Make a plan now. Decide what 3 things tomorrow you want to get done that will help you move forward closer to getting your sales, your leads, and your engagement, or even just starting your business. What knowledge do you need to get into you? What things do you need to do? How do you need to get up on your website and do some things there, etc., etc. Time chunk it. Give yourself an hour to do one thing. 2 hours usually is better for large projects. And then maybe use a clock or a timer that will come off on your computer or a physical clock. And it will ring a bell to remind you that it's been 2 hours and now it's time to do something else. Of course, there's plenty of software you can also use for this, because many people know that productivity is very important, whether you're an offline business, an online business, or even in the corporate world. So there's plenty of software out there that can remind you to chunk your time down. So the important thing is to focus, have the reality that you need to be able to focus on something and get it done. And most importantly, at the end of the day, ask yourself, how did I move forward today towards the goal that I want for tomorrow or for next week or for next month? Obviously, that would also mean you'd have to make a plan with sort of deadlines so that you know roughly when you should be trying to get these things done. So celebrate if you have moved forward today towards your plan and your goals. It's always important to be celebrating your progress, regardless of how slow it is or how little. I know we all get interrupted by phone calls and emergencies and other things that you think, well, where is my day gone? Well, you don't need to do that anymore, because now you have 3 things a day that you can do. You have it on a list. You know you need about an hour for each, so you have plenty of hours around that in order to do the other emergencies that come up. So hopefully that helps you think about focus. The reality is you need to focus if you want to move forward in your business. Well, I hope that will give you some ideas to implement in your own business. And if you want more, go to boahb.com and subscribe.